the Klarus XT21X. Wanted to show this thing to y'all. It's a little bit bigger than most of my flashlights that I carry. This thing does come with a holster, but I don't like holsters, so I've been using that clip to carry it. It's not just ginormous. I mean, here's the Torch T20. There's a bunch of these floating around right now, so this may help you to kind of give you an idea how big it is. See, the Klarus is just a tad bit longer than the Torch. The Torch is going to be powered by an 18650, so this Klarus is a little bit wider back here because it's powered by a 21700. Just kind of giving you that for reference of size. What I'm really liking about this light though is the power options that it's got. You have a button right there that's going to bring you up in turbo. You can do momentary on, or you can fully press it to bring it all the way up. You have another, like a pedal. See that pedal looking switch right there? You press that and it brings it up in Moonlight mode. Again, a quick press is momentary, or you can hold down on it for longer than 2 seconds and then it'll go ahead and stay on. And we'll go ahead and do that because I want to show you the next thing that's pretty cool. Now, to throttle through, you press that pedal to go up, and then the side switch brings you back down. When in Moonlight mode, you can press this side switch and come up into turbo. If you don't want to be there, you can keep on pressing that pedal and go on up. It's pretty neat how between the side switch and the pedal switch, you can kind of rock it back and forth, figure out where you want to be. It's the next best thing than having stepless dimming, in my opinion. If you want to turn it off, you would just hold down on that. And then another way that you could turn it off, let me turn it back on. Another way you can turn it off is by a quick press of that other button that I was showing you, bringing it into turbo. See how it just flashed turbo? And then let's show you the side switch. The side switch is going to come on in whatever it was on last. So I just bumped the turbo. It's going to come on in turbo. And then it will throttle down as well. A double press of that brings it up in strobe. Another double press brings it up into SOS. And then you're in Moonlight mode right now. You hold it down, turns it off. Pretty cool. In order to go into another mode, we can press this pedal and this side button at the same time. Hold them for 3 seconds. It just flashed out. We're in another mode now. I'm not crazy about this mode. That's why the light was in the mode that you just saw. Let me show you what it is all about. What's changed is this pedal switch has turned into the strobe. And then that other button is still turbo. And this is still going to come up in Moonlight mode. I'm not crazy about having quick access to strobe. I don't necessarily need that. So I've been leaving it in this mode to where I have Moonlight, whatever the last mode was, which in this case right now would be Moonlight, and then turbo. Let me show you all this battery real quick. This battery is not cheap online. If I was to get an extra battery for this thing, I would have to get this very battery on account of it being a 21700 15 amp 5000 milliamp. I can find some other batteries that are 15 amp, but they're 4000 milliamp. In order to get this exact specifications, the 5000 milliamp with the 15 amp, I can't find any other battery. I can only find this very one, and it's about $20. If y'all know of a good substitute, let me know. I know that I can drop down to 4000 milliamp with, I think it was E-Fest, and it had 15 amp, and it would work in the light. But the problem is this cell is protected. Let's go into that now. With that E-Fest I was just telling you about, it's not protected. So I don't think that that's going to be a good choice to have an unprotected cell in this thing, because check it out. It's got a little charging port on the side. It's the old school micro USB, I think that's called. Comes with the little cable. If you're going to be using that, you got to have a protected cell in here. So that's what I'm having a hard time with, is finding a 21700 meeting the specs that you just saw and protected so you can charge it in the light. If I'm going to get an extra battery for this thing, looks like I'm going to have to, you're going to pay about $20 to get that special battery that you just saw. Orange peel reflector, nice tint. We're going to get some different lights out tonight, and I'm going to show y'all, give y'all a comparison between all of these. Like I showed you already, got an Orcatorch T20 that I'm going to show you what it looks like up against it. I've got some other stuff here too. I've got an MSR D1S. I'll show you what it looks like. These lights are just basically just to kind of give you an idea. Got a Olight Pro Seeker 2 that will show you what it looks like. This Pro Seeker 2 actually is pretty close to the Klarus. You'll be surprised, you'll see. And then last but not least, the Sofern C8F, and it's a different tint. This is a little bit more neutral, and I mean obviously it's 3 LEDs versus 1, but in case you had one of these C8Fs and you wanted to know how the Klarus was going to look, kind of give you an idea. So we'll get them all out tonight and show you what's up. Again, just want to re-emphasize, I'm really liking how you have a side switch, you have 2 tail switches, and it makes it to where it's the next best thing from stepless dimming. The way you can throttle through and get right to the power level that you want to be at. Very rugged light, solid light, very well made. Now let's get them out tonight. Alright, I've got everything lined up. First up is the Klarus. Everything's going to be on turbo, so there's turbo. Wood line down there is roughly 40 feet away. Here's the Sofern C8F. Different tint. Same type of battery. 21700. 3 LEDs. Just trying to give you all an idea in case you had one of these lights. That way you'd know what you're dealing with. There's the MSR D1S. Just making sure I was on turbo. Such a tight little beam. That's a huge difference. Here is the Olight Pro Seeker 2. Same battery, 21700. 3 LEDs, but that's going to be a little bit closer to that Klarus, in my opinion. A little bit wider pattern. Even though the Klarus is a single LED, these 3 LEDs are kind of looking more like it. Here's another one. Oops, wrong one. I'm in the dark out here. That was the Klarus, by the way. Okay, here's another one. This is the Orcatorch T20. Single LED, a little bit tighter beam. That's on high. And that's everything I brought out here, and let's finish off with the Klarus. Definitely the brightest one that I have out here. I feel like the Olight came closest to this. Just a very bright light. I'm impressed. Here's the last thing I wanted to show y'all. On the right is the Klarus in its Moonlight mode in its lowest setting, and then on the left is the Orcatorch T20. So the Orcatorch T20 wins the Moonlight mode, in my opinion, on account of it being a little bit more dim, whereas the Klarus in its lowest setting is a little bit more brighter. but it's also a wider beam. So there's that. That was what I wanted to show y'all. The last thing. And I thank y'all for watching. If y'all have any questions, hit them up in the comments.